think. Yeah, looks like my mic's working. Okay. Nice. Okay. I can't remember which one of these I was paying attention to, but I think we're good. I do me main. What is up, gamers? It's another day. Maybe I'll keep that over here. So today, we're actually a month behind. We're going to be doing, that's right, not one, but two Esteem Fzzy releases. It's like Brent's got it too. Nice. Has he got time in this game? No, okay. I will be endeavoring firstly. So this came out February 3rd. It is currently March 18th. And then in Fzzy's illustrious work, he has also made Crucifier, which was released 2 days ago. So perfect timing. So we're basically going to be doing both releases. I don't know how long these games are, but we're here. Dude, Thomas, how are you? First, easy. Welcome. How are you doing? How's life going? How's school? If you're during school right now. I imagine you are. Yes, first. We're going to crank these Fzzy games out and see what the content is. I see he's also working on his latest work, which looks like an RPG, which I'm kind of excited for. Oh. Which looks awesome. Exciting to see an RPG. I like that he's just going down every route possible for every type of game. I think that's awesome. Badly, I am still here watching my favorite... Badly, but I'm still here watching my favorite streamer. Hey, let's go. Well, dude, you know, I hope life does get better at some point. I was actually answering that question for a friend recently, this idea that... I was talking to a friend and they were asking me about like happiness and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't think happiness is something that, you know, I guess I don't think it's something that isn't worth chasing. But the way I characterized it was it's kind of just something that comes and goes. You know, you can't really hold on to it forever and it just vacillates whether it's here or not. Sometimes you just leave the door open, it shows up, and then it'll take its leave whenever. That's the way I view it. Without further ado, Left 4 Bread. And game dev, of course. I was looking forward to finishing the hard mode dragon. Finishing the hard mode dragon. That's awesome. I'm excited to hear what that's like, beating the hard mode dragon. My next update for Jump Off the Bridge is slated for sometime soon. I'm not going to spoil the date. I don't want to talk about it. But it will be soon. So keep that in mind. Alright. Without further ado. Glazin'. First off, I really like this bleeding title thing here. That's kind of cool. Alright, there's a tutorial. But most important thing to check first is options. Okay, enter does not make the options go. It's space. Weird. Music volume. Spoiler, it's tough. I feel like I gotta do the music right, even though every game I turn off music. Like, that's just the thing I do. Can you guys hear it? Yeah, I mean, this is probably fine for what it is. In the background, the only thing I hear is some kind of, like... Well, whatever. We'll just leave it on for now. If it gets annoying, I'll turn it off. We should probably see what the tutorial is. Oh, I hit enter again. I'm gonna do space. Hi, welcome to Left 4 Bread. This is my 6th game. Ooh, damn, are we on 6 already? There's no way, bro. Bro's been cooking. This is my 6th game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, he's right. Brother's on a roll. Alright, 6th game. Ooh. I like, even though it's not really relevant to the tutorial, I kind of like that it's just in there randomly. Alright. It's like kind of like, hey, yo, I got 6 other games. These are the keys you'll need to know. Press right to see the next tip. Okay. Right is an arrow key, I presume. So we got WASD, shift to sprint, E to pick up, R to reload, 1, 2, 3, 4, weapon swap. Also looks like it's scroll wheel left, and we have a melee button. Okay. Some of the enemies can capture you. If that happens, spam your keys to escape. Mash these. Okay, so it's not any key. It's only WASD. Addo, welcome Addo. Dejected. Addo, you can't be dejected. Mash these. Some enemies can puke stuff at you. It's generally a good idea to stay away from that kind of stuff. Also, fire can harm you, so be careful. Okay, so we're not immune to fire damage. I kind of would have assumed that otherwise, but... Try to find the exit of the level you're in and then survive a time-based ending. Also, watch out for each enemy. Sometimes it's smarter to run away. Fzzy, I hate to tell you this if you're watching this in the future, but I will be trying to run away from every enemy. I will avoid conflict and Left 4 Dead if possible. The red bar above your head is health. If it depletes, you're dead. Look for health packs and other pickups to help you. It's probably for like a general gamer. They're just going to assume the red bar is health, but I appreciate that you include it anyways. In case some person that has never played a game before decides to buy games on Steam. Just in case. Also, wait, those are the health packs. Other pickups to help you. Okay, one of them looks like alcohol. The other one looks like a plunger. One of them looks like bullets, and one of them looks like a heart pack. You can only carry 4 items. That's why it's called Left 4 Bread. I'm sorry, dude. I thought the 4 was just like an aesthetic choice because you were aiming for Left 4 Dead. But the fact that it's actually relevant to the story diegetically or like the gameplay mechanics was not what I was expecting. That's why it's funny to me. Why is the 4 in Left 4 Dead 4? It's not because it's 4 items, is it? I don't know, man. This is just Fzzy lore, bro. I love it. Okay. You always have a pistol. But your M4, I appreciate that's colored, or shotgun ammo can run out. So look for more spare ammo. Is the M4 part of the relevance for the 4? Is that why it's red? Or is just every 4 red? I have so many questions. Okay, you can switch out items by selecting them and picking up a new item. You'll drop the old item. Okay, so we have 4 slots, but there is multiple guns. That's kind of cool. Updated my comic. I will take my goodbye. Well, awesome to see you, Addo. I'm glad you updated your comic. And awesome to hear you're still working on it. Have a great day. Oh, actually, before you go, I just want to say briefly that I do have the most Addo level that I've designed that came out of the back of my brain. I'll tell you which level it is when I release my update. But I was thinking a lot about your find the rules stuff. Like the, what is the name of that? I always forget it. Because it's not like it's like a figure out rules genre, find rules genre thing. I don't know, whatever. You've been posting all these comics that are like, or these puzzles that are like figure out the rules. And I have a level that's kind of like that. And I was thinking about your games a lot with it. So just a foresight. I just want, rule discovery. Thank you. Anyways, I want you to keep that in mind. And the next update does have a level. I just finished it today. That I think you're going to like if you like the rule discovery stuff. Dude, Fzzy's here now too. Nice. Just in time, baby. Welcome, Fzzy. How are you? Hopefully good. And if bad, hopefully better after we play through this content you have. Now that you're here, the 4 thing is really funny to me. Because I thought the 4 was just an aesthetic choice and left 4 dead, but I appreciate you've made it a game mechanic reason here that we have 4 slots. It's great. 4 4s. Yes, there was only... Yeah, that's true. There's 3 4s here. Oh, no, there is 4 4s if you count that 4 over there. You can switch that out. Okay, we got it. I think we figured it out. So first off, I like the title. I like the bleeding. I keep trying to hit enter, though, and it's not letting me enter. I'm getting trolled. Oh, dude, we got levels? Okay, well, we're going to beat all the levels, so it looks like we got 5 levels here. Oh, wait, you can hit enter there? Oh, that's weird. We're holding the ground a little bit close. Speaking of which, have you ever shot a gun, Fzzy? I'm just curious. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I want to know. So we got a pistol. We have 6 shots with it. We can't click it as fast as I want to. We're out of ammo. Oh, we have a melee. Melee is very... yeah, okay. I was just curious. I grew up shooting guns for reference, so I was just curious. I lived in the country. Alright. So, okay, I'm hitting the melee as fast as I can. That's the delay. So if you want a melee, can you hold it down? You can't. If you want a melee, you gotta wait like 5 seconds. Our guy's gotta take a couple deep breaths. Well, what the fuck is that guy coming over here for? I'm in the intro, bro. I was told there was a gnome. So this is health. Oh, hold shift to sprint. Yeah, I did see the shift thing. E to pick up. I don't really want any guns. Oh my god. He's attack on sight, bro. Am I cooked? I'm definitely stun locked, but they can't attack me? I want to try to beat it without attacking them, though. I will try out the guns. I do promise you I'll try out the guns. But surely I can beat this without using any weaponry. How do I know there isn't a cure to bring these guys back? Okay, there's a lot of stun locking happening. Only because my dude's collision hitbox is fucking huge. Wait, I gotta wiggle, right? Okay, nice. I gave you so many pipe bombs and molotovs. Yeah, you also gave me a gnome, though, that I can carry. Where's that at? Do I gotta find it on every level? I have a lot of life, bro. These guys are just, you know, they're trying to feast a little bit. I don't want to assume, you know, that they're all evil. What if some of them are good? Oh, look, there's a health pack. Oh, I have to press to use it? Nice. Okay, don't go under the guys. You are the worst gamer. I know. Fzzy's got all these animations in here. For all this... Oh my god, you got deaded? Dude, I really like the screen transitions. That was good. Okay, Bridge of Hope. Let's try again. Now that I know... First off, we're gonna waste all of our shots. Second off... Wait, can I drop... I thought he said I could drop shit. Nice. 4 items. Bro's got me on target to slow me down. I'm making it through, dude. These guys aren't getting me. That lady looks nice. Damn, bro. Whatever the slime spit here, that does giga damage. Okay, maybe we use one of the health potions. Oh, it heals to full, bro. Yeah, we're definitely doing that. Okay, that guy can't jump over the fence. He tried his best. Oh, wait. This is a speed boost. No. Okay, we're being pulled. Okay, I'm still not super low, so we're... Oh, wait. We can get another one. We're picking that up. Nice. Chaining health packs. Dodged. Actually sucks. This has got to be a building, right? Yeah, I can't go over there. I don't know where the exit is. I'm kind of just following the vibes. I have a feeling it's not in this corner. Wait, give me that. Thanks. Okay, nice. We're getting hugged by everything. And you know what? That's okay. Nice. Damn! No! Oh. Eventually, I'm gonna make a game you can't mess up. I don't know if that's possible. Alright, alright. Wasting these bullets. I'm following the road. I don't know if the level design is, like, intentionally that way or what, but actually, can we avoid some of this shit? I don't want to be barfed on. I just got my suit cleaned, and it's, like, nice and white, and I'd appreciate if it wasn't green slimed. Look at dude, she's just having a cry over there. She doesn't need... Can I go over here? Can we skip some of this? Oh. Can bro glitch me through the map? That would have been interesting. Okay, so the graveyard does have a fence we cannot collide through. Nice to know. Okay, ignore whatever that was. Oh, it's the Goliath, bro. We must get over the bridge. I'm gonna hang down here, because I think it goes down this way. Enemy stuck on collision. Sucks a suck. Okay, this guy's taking the shit out of me. There's another bridge down here. I have a feeling I gotta go this way. Can I use my... Oh, I can't. Okay, I should have waited. Oh, no. Not what... Oh, God. Okay, this guy is as fast as me. Oh, wait. Pull me over the river. Does that help? That doesn't help. Okay, we're cooked. I cannot see my life. We're cooked, though? Oh, wait. There's a health thing over here? We're actually fine? Damn. As soon as I find this level exit, dude, game's over. Game is actually over. Greetings, greetings, Speedos. Welcome. Happy belated St. Patrick's Day. Is it actually St. Patrick's Day? Happy Patrick's Day. This is Katana Blaster, if you think about it. It is, actually. Whoa, I almost died. It is kind of... Fzzy's actually cooking me with this Goliath dude, though. It kind of is Katana Blaster, because Katana Blaster is kill all the enemies. Well, Katana Blaster's, like, significant thing is the upgrade system, though, so... I don't know if this has an upgrade system. But the top-down fighting enemies is very much Katana Blaster. How are you doing, Speedos? How's your day going? I'm excited to get to the Speedos collection tomorrow. I already let him know that I was going to do that for tomorrow's stream. Wait, I gotta be able... Oh, no. I'm cooked, dude. Wait, I can move? Is this a game, Fzzy, where I have to do damage? There's no way. You'll never get past my zombies. There's no way, bro. All I know is vampires survive. Yeah, I unironically, when we get to that for the Speedo stream, I will talk about that, because that is the funniest thing ever to me. For innovation. All I know is how vampires, they rip me off. I'm having the best day with the best stream. Thank you. I do enjoy these streams a lot. I appreciate that. I have quite a few weird things lined up in the stream archive, but it was important to me that I revisit Fzzy's work, since he's been hard at work trying to cook up ways so that I can't get past these zombies as a pacifist. There's no way, though. Look, man, I'm not saying anything about people that wear blue hoodies, but... Wait a minute. Level geometry totally trips them up. We might be able to make it work. There's no way we can't. Yeah, I was also thinking about the concept of innovation. It's funny you bring up the Vampire Survivors thing, Speedos, because something I really hate in games nowadays is whenever I see a game that has a 3 upgrade system. Like, if you go to do something and you gain a level, and then your only advantage is... Okay, I think I'm running across a problem where I'm duplicating the amount of enemies that are chained on me because I'm not killing them. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Oh, there's a fence! Biggest obstacle yet. This has to be the exit, bro. This has got to be the home stretch. I'm sorry, I'll finish my thought about innovation in a second. Let me out, bro! You... Wait, please pan up and show it. Oh my god. Wait, tutorial? Hold on, I gotta read something. I'll finish my thought. Wasn't there a way to drop shit? You can switch out items by selecting them and picking up a new item, and you will drop the old item. I wonder if the pistol is stuck. Why do you always play pacifist? Okay, so 2 thoughts. The pacifist thing is just a meme because I'm curious if it's possible to do it and how difficult it is. From like a what does the game allow me to do perspective, that's what I think is interesting. It's not like I don't personally always play pacifist in every game. It's just I'm curious like what the extent of, you know, what you've programmed allows me to do. Like, is the game from the ground up, does it allow this type of gameplay? If so, to what extent does it allow this gameplay? And I think the personal fun for me comes from the idea of like, I can just ignore content, which is also from a game design perspective important to look at. Like, what can the player ostensibly ignore? How much of the game is actually relevant? Like, as you play test it and go through it. So that's like the interesting question I'm trying to ask with the pacifist run. As for my thoughts on the innovation thing, pretty much every game I see that has like you gain some level and you get the option of one of 3 things is starting to make me cringe. Only because it feels limiting, and it also... Oh my god. It feels limiting, and it also just seems like kind of lazy design. It's like too simple. I like stuff that's complicated, and you can like... I would much rather have something imperfect that you can break, because there's fun in that for me as a gamer, than have something where the options are so simple, like simplicity. And the worst part of the 3 upgrade system thing too is that oftentimes they obfuscate the information in those triple upgrades. So you'll have like one upgrade that says increases attack damage, but it doesn't give you a finite number, and you have nothing to like basically use to gauge how much damage you're actually gaining. It's just vague. So it's like, not only are you giving me 3 possible options, which is already simple and just feels like boring, but on top of it, you're creating a system where I can't make an educated decision because I don't have any reference. So that's part of my problems with that. The pistol is stuck because you're supposed to use it. Okay, okay. So I can't. So it's actually not left 4 bread. It's left 3 bread because I only have 3 slots I can do stuff with. Yeah, you're gonna have to fix the tutorial. If in this tutorial menu window for this one, if you could cross out the 4s and add a 3, you'll always have the pistol. You can only carry 4 items. Well, the pistol's glued to my hands. I don't got a choice. That one has to be there. It's your backup weapon in case you run out of ammo. Well, it's a shame that I purposely run out of ammo at the beginning of every round just to make sure I don't accidentally kill a zombie. That would be a shame. This reminds me of the one time I was sick and played this extremely primitive $1 zombie battling game for 10 hours straight. That is an amazing, that sounds like an amazing experience. To find something that keeps you occupied at a hour for every 10 cents you spend is amazing. I started working on some of my prototypes for games that I'm gonna do that are $1, and I was aiming for an hour of fun for $1 thing, but that 10 cents for $1, that's something to strive for as a game developer. Strive for. I see, but tactical RPG, it needs to be made. Yeah, I like that you're delving into the tactical RPG. Now, did you give up on the next provocative title you were working on? I've been telling everyone about that. Fzzy just totally baited me with that game. It was like, I'll have to just show you guys the progression of it. It was really funny. When we get to the Crucifier, I'll show you. I thought it was super funny. The oldest edit. Oh, gotcha. Yes, I did buy it. It's in my library. Ooh. I am excited to get to the oldest. Wait, I'm not dead? Okay, guys, gotta get off of me, bro. Wait, that looks like an exit. I have a feeling this is solid, though. Oh, shit. Stop. Get the fuck off of me. Okay, that's gotta be it, bro. We're getting so close. I'm getting a little farther with each run, which I think is just random. I don't know if I'm taking the right path, though. It feels like the right path because it keeps going. Also, the shift run works when the zombies are not on you, and you're also not stacking like 30 different things. Actually, maybe if I move diagonal, they can't do it. Maybe that's what I gotta do. Yeah, diagonal movement seems to thwart them. I can also use the level geometry to prevent them. I can't do anything about these guys, though. If I'm within range, they will cue whatever ability they have stacked for me. Okay, yeah, diagonal movement, I am gaining distance against them. So perhaps I need to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure we gotta go down. Okay. Okay, I got hit by that. No big deal. This guy gonna hit me? We gain distance diagonally. Okay. Oh no, it's going through Steam approval. Are you serious, bro? That game's actually going through Steam approval? Holy shit. I cannot believe it, dude. Dude, the progression for that was so funny. I have to show you guys after this. I'll beat this level and then I'll show you I'll give my little bit on it. Ugh. Oh my god, there's so much barf. There's so much barf! Get the fuck off of me! Oh my god, these people want endless hugs. That's the problem, dude. Is there any other way we can get to this area? Alright, look at this progression, bro. This is so funny to me. So, you guys are gonna love this. Let me make sure I hide the relevant parts. This is what I've been explaining to everyone. So, first off, this is my Discord, and Fzzy makes this post. Look at this. So he finishes working on this game, or in the beginning of the month, right? And then he's like, he sends a sneak peek of this. So he does a sneak peek, and he's like, sneak peek in my next game. I'm going to make his hat grow more as you progress. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. I was like, this is Fzzy's style, and it's like this thing. Now, mind you, his previous game that he just released before this is that I'm going to be playing next is Crucifier, which is quite a provocative and atomizing title. Polarizing, I guess I should say, because it involves, well, we'll get to it. I'm not going to spoil that one either. But I was like, no, Fzzy is entering into, provocative art. He's doing some things that are going to drum up some interesting controversy, potentially. It's going to put people into different sides of, whether they like the game or hate it or feel an emotional reaction to it. I was like, that's interesting. I've seen a lot of people do that with art. So he finishes that game, or works on it, then releases this image, right? So this is where we're at. We see the image. I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I like his hat. I'm going to make the hat grow more. And then he sends this fucking thing. And I was like, oh, it's got the funny hat. What's this guy doing in the field, bro? Why is there a guy in the field? The hat's cool, but what the fuck is this guy doing in the field? So there's some new context here. We got a funny hat, and then this. I was like, oh, is Fzzy doing what I think he's doing? And then I was like, there's just a little bit of context changing the whole picture. And then a couple days later, he posts the actual thing. And I'm like, oh my God, why does he have a whip now, bro? Why is there improve your property? Why is there upgrades? What's happening? That's super funny. I was not expecting that. So that's probably going to be your most controversial thing out of the entire thing. Yeah, it's got to be his most controversial possible game. So good luck with that, Fzzy. Good luck. I was just looking at him like, oh my goodness. I'm going to play this one on stream. Yes, so it's really funny you mentioned that, Speedos, the slave Tetris thing, because I was reading about that story, and for those of you that don't know, I'm going to continue to play Fzzy's game in the background. For those of you that don't know, what happened was there was this game that was set out to, like, educate about slavery and stuff, and one of the mini games in it was one where you have to stack slaves on a boat, Tetris style. And they got a bunch of controversy because I believe a Kotaku article came out for it, and then they removed it. Which, it's like varying degrees of, I can understand from a political perspective how that would be distasteful, but also it's a game that sought to educate about it. So I don't know. It's like you win some, you lose some, right? Like, how much do you want the entertainment factor, right, to get in the way of educating something? It's an interesting thing as edutainment goes. It's an interesting debate and question. I think if you use that theme and you were to make something provocative but ultimately educated, I think that would be the most tasteful possible, like, version of it. But, who's to say? I think somebody will get upset about anything you make. I think that's the case. I think it's also, do I agree with the statement that, bad publicity is still publicity, so you'll, gain potentially sales based on that? Are people going to buy the game ironically because of the theme or something? Are you supporting there's a lot of interesting questions to ask. As an artist, I think it's interesting that people explore these genres. Man, dude, I am getting cooked. When you go to the game Steam pages guide, the first guide is how to put slave dressers back. That is kind of funny. And I think as a game that, is provocative, it's set out to, well, their intention wasn't to be provocative. Their intention was to be an educational game, but people found the slave Tetris thing distasteful and insulting, which I could see why, but it's hard. You got to debate on who you're going to please. Yeah, I'm getting tired of being tasteful. You got to be distasteful sometimes, be interesting. I can see that. I think the problem is that now more than ever, there are more and more sacred cows. And when it comes to entertainment, Like, I think sacred cows are something that need to be talked about, and sometimes they need to be the butt of the joke, whatever it is. It's difficult. You have to find what you believe is your line, sort of thing. But I appreciate that Steam allows people to do that, right? To make the art. I appreciate that they take a hands-off approach. That's what rock and roll was about. Yeah, rock and roll in the past and the punk sort of movements. All right, Fuzzy, I will actually use the guns now. Because once I figure out where this thing is, they're cooked. Wait, I can't... I can't pick up 3 guns. Steam is an iffy with allowing thing. Yeah, I know that they recently got in some of that controversy for, they got in controversy from some of those Australian, feminist groups for some games that were taken off and stuff like that. But I think it was only because the feminist groups lobbied the, credit card, companies. And that's pretty much the only reason they pulled those games. Otherwise... Gabe's motto is to just sort of let everything lie and let the consumer figure it out, which I would rather them be hands-off, personally. Is the gun gonna help me? That's a great question. I do have quite a generous amount of ammo. Reloading takes a bit of time, but if it keeps these guys off my ass... Only 1 main weapon. See, I was under the impression that I had 4 slots to work with, and the slots just keep getting less and less the more we engage with them. What the hell, Fuzzy, man? Come on! Oh, wait, I gotta use this. Okay. Bro's just trying to get 3 guns picked up. I'll have to figure out what the best gun is. I go by the motto, there's a lot of things in the world we don't like and we can't change that, but we can make fun of it. That's a nice compromise. That's a pretty interesting compromise. I do think humor is like one of the ways that people can voice opinions or absurdities or things like that in the first, like, you know, to encounter something, so. I think if you end up taking everything as like some affront to, if you can't find the humor in anything, I think ultimately that's, do I want to say it's their problem? I don't know. I'll have to think about that more. Ultimately, it's a pretty limiting worldview, I'd say. I am thankful that the big guys don't seem to be bullet sponges, despite causing so much conflict. Who's this guy? Oh, is that tongue dude? This is the motto of a popular Slovak political internet comic. Interesting. Well, that's a very good motto. Oh, we found ammo. Nice. Oh, I see. So we can't even get some of the pickups without actually... Ooh, I accidentally used both of my... Damn, bro, he's through the walls. Nice. Humor is one of my favorite things. I hope my games make people laugh most of all. Well, you know what? I think you're definitely achieving that, Speedos, with your work, so... I have had quite a bit of fun with what I have played. Is actually a weird question. If I shoot a whole round of all this stuff, press reload, go to my gun... no, okay. I was trying to see if I could, like, quick reload. like by going to the pistol, you can't even shoot. So if you reload one gun, you can't swap to a loaded gun and shoot it. Once reload happens, it just takes some amount of time. Interesting. I think if I was designing that system, I'd use this bottom bar here to tell you how far into a reload you are, like a yellow bar filling up or something, so that you know it's happening, so the player knows it's happening, because it just feels kind of weird to, you know, press R and then nothing happen. I mean, I can hear something vaguely, but I don't know, it's a little strange. And we'll have to test how the other guns make me feel as I use them. Where is the exit? What does the exit look like? Is it like a flag? That was something that wasn't in the tutorial. We just heard the word exit. I should figure out what this thing is. Is that a... I don't know what that is, bro. Okay, I might be cooked here. I placed it. Oh, it lures the zombies in. Okay, okay. We're getting kind of low on health here. Oh. Okay, don't go near the woods. There's weird guys in the woods. Okay. Oh my god, lol. I think it's obvious stuff. Once your game notice, put violence, blood, or tits in it. Well, you know, if there's anybody that's going to answer that question, Fzzy, it's you. Because you're the one out here making these games that are... You know, each game is like testing a different market, essentially. Like, if I were to pin your stuff down, right, you have... I mean, this is my best guess. But if I'm looking at it like, okay, you have your first game... I'm assuming the popularity is based on the fact that it's cheap, $1, but also because it's like using the leverage of Zombies Ate My Neighbor to be successful. Your second one was like an experimental game trying to do something similar. You took the Tamagotchi sort of virtual pet type thing, but continued the femboy thing. And I don't know what the comparison of, you know, sales was for this, but they needed Boomer Brawler, which is like more of a artistic thing of you trying to vent some frustration at boomers. But I think one of the problems with that game was ultimately that it wasn't that challenging. It was kind of just like an art piece is how I view it. And then Lakeside Has No Lake was like maybe your attempt to capitalize on the horror game type stuff. But you still kept some of the like femboy aspects that you did into it. This game was like one that had a narrative and story. I thought it was pretty interesting to go start to finish with that. I think that was your first aspect of story in a game. Then you continue some of the story with each of the characters having a narrative background for this game. I think it was a bit clunky as far as games go, and at times it was difficult to like actually execute some of the attacks and stuff in it, so that's why this one was kind of a little bit strange to me. But I really like having character backstories and seeing your examples of your writing in it and character design. And this was also continuing your thread of, you know, you were going off of, what did you say, Twisted Metal or something? It reminds me most of kind of like a Twisted Metal card derby type game thing, as far as like monetization goes. And then you continue the monetization of relating to a genre with Left 4 Bread, which also continues with potentially some of the success you had from Zombies here. But you're parodying off Left 4 Dead with Left 4 Bread, although I haven't seen any bread yet. And then here you're taking a different approach and continuing your artisticness by aiming for something more provocative. I'm curious to see what the sales on that will potentially be looking a couple months from now. And then it looks like your next one will be even more provocative than that one, stepping up the provocativeness, potentially the offense. The offensiveness, I guess, is probably just the way we can say it, because I'm sure people will find that very polarizing. And then your game after that will be a return to the more mechanically dense sort of game. So I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like for you. It's interesting. Sorry, I'll catch up on everybody's things. So yeah, I think if anybody's going to be testing the actual market to figure out what sells, you definitely have a wide variety of things that you're testing out there to see if they sell, and that's part of what I admire about you, as well as just putting stuff on Steam, like letting it show, even regardless, you're just somebody working through each of the steps and putting it up there. Even them laughing at it is better than them feeling miserable or like they're a hamster in a cage. Yeah, I can see that. Also, I hope I'm not yapping. Dude, there's no amount of too much yapping, bro. I'm here to fucking yap, dude. You don't need to apologize for wanting to yap. Um, I'm feeling a lot of Left 4 Dead in this. Good stuff. Yeah, I also feel the Left 4 Dead. I appreciate so far that you have a wide variety of zombies and they each do a different thing. I also like the animations as well. I feel like this is a game. Some like Boomer Brawler was like more artistic to me in the like narrative of the characters and stuff like that, and sort of like each aspect of a boomer that affects life that you were kind of raging against. This one feels like very game, very tactile to me. Um, yeah, I make the games my soul wants. I'm a walking piece of art. All flowers have to grow through dirt. It's true. Actually, I think a better way to put it is all flowers got to grow through shit. Because things die, things crap, and then the flowers use the nutrients to grow. So all flowers got to grow in shit. What's more provocative, making a game about crucifixion or putting your naked pics in a game? That's true. What is more provocative? I guess it depends on what you mean by provocative. I would say that it's provocative in different senses. Like you putting naked pictures of yourself in a game that you make about yourself, or a game you make yourself, is provocative in one sense, right? It's that provocativeness of maybe the sacredness of body, or maybe ideas of like puritanical culture and like shame and stuff like that. Like I think it's provocative in one sense. And then I think Fzzy making a game. Well, I haven't played it yet, so I can't say I can't say with verity whether or not it is provocative against Christians, because he could do a tasteful representation of his concept. I'm not quite sure yet. Once we get to it, we'll be able to determine whether we consider it tasteful or not. All right, we're gonna try the shotgun this time. 80 bullets, bro. Yeah, there are different types of provocation. I think that's how it is too. Now, Speedos, I also think the amount of audacity changes as well, right? Because if you were to put your game that includes first off, I don't know if that game that you're talking about, like, that's the reward for beating it, which is very funny if that's the case. But if you put that on Steam, then I think that's also another level of provocation, right? If you make people pay for it, that's also a different kind of provocation. There's different layers to it. It depends on the context of what was made. But they're definitely both provocative. I don't think anyone is more provocative or not, because it depends on the context. Like, if you're a Christian person, you're probably going to find both of those provocative, frankly. Oh my god, the shotgun kills, bro. Yes, it's the reward. That's really funny, dude. Have we tried killing this chick? Oh my. Oh no, dude. Dude, I love her death pose animation. Oh my god, we gotta load every bullet, bro. How does that work? Okay, if we press load, we can still shoot in the middle. Okay, you know what? I appreciate that the shotgun allows me to, after a bullet has been loaded, shoot. Oh, I can still use health pickups when stuff is loading. Can I? Oh, it stops the loading. Interesting. My logic was, if you play the game called Anus Identifier, that's the reward you're getting, bucko. That's very funny. That is silly and very funny. Speaking of crucifixion, anyone in here read Gnostic texts or the Nag Hammadi library? So I've read some Gnostic texts, but I have not heard of the Nag Hammadi. Nag, I don't know how it's pronounced, library. Some of those things are really good for inspiration too, looking at really old ancient texts and stuff. You know, Fuzzy, you made a very challenging game. And I think it's very challenging right now because I don't know where the exit is. I think I'll, actually, can we do this is kind of a funny idea. Can we get, we can get multiple of these. Actually, these seem really powerful. Because if they lure all enemies in the area, can't I just toss one of those and call it a day? I wonder if the pacing in this game, the intention is to sort of be slow here. That's a good scream. Definitely nice to get a good clump of them and just satisfyingly blast them apart. I wonder if the shotgun is the only gun that... Oh, we got stop and reload for that too. Interesting. So if I was Fuzzy, where the hell would I put the exit? Probably over by that guy. The Nag Hammadi library is a bulk of Gnostic texts, someone buried in the desert 2,000 years ago, and we only found them now before most of the texts were lost media. Funny to say lost media referring to ancient texts. Yeah, it is actually pretty funny. This guy doesn't bleed. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not heard of that. I'll have to give that a look. The Gnostic stuff is kind of interesting because I've read a bunch of stuff about how it's like considered the hidden Christianity to some. Okay, please don't die. I need to reload. I think there's a health pack up here. I love the Gospel of Thomas. I'll give that a look. What do you like about it? Can I Oh, it threw. Didn't I have two of these? Oh, I guess I swapped it out. Okay. I love how personal the Gnostic texts are. How many bolts does this guy take with the pistol? Oh my god, it's a lifetime of agony. It is a lifetime of agony. There's just a few pages of like Jesus spreading wisdom instead of these impersonal, complicated diatribes. Interesting. And so much of it is true 2,000 years later. It's like magic that you can read something from someone from an ancient text and learn from it. I do think it is interesting that some of the stuff remains incredibly relevant. I think that what's impressive to me is that so many different religions can tap into very similar things. I wonder how many bullets this guy takes. I guess it makes sense that, like, at the end of the day, the humanity's always going to need food, they're always going to need water, they're going to deal with things like greed and things like that, so. It's also interesting to think about timelessness in, like, video games, too. Because, like, I think about certain, like, books and stuff like that and media, being considered timeless or not. I think what makes something more timeless is when you don't have, like, a lot of referentialness to the work that you have. Like, I find stuff that's, like, creates their own world, tends to be more timeless than things that borrow from a lot of reality. That's kind of why I feel like, I don't know, there's just like some books you read that find their way into the psyche because there's uniquely, and it may just be a matter of exposure, right? Because once you read a ton of stuff, everything's going to be very similar in genre and media, but like you're going to pick up on a lot of themes, cross-reference stuff, and then whatever was novel at that point will become unnovel. I think that's a lot of the problem with some of these video games. I've played a shit ton of video games, and so when I find something, I prefer the eccentrically weird, or just the bad and can be broken, because that's part of the fun for me. Okay, I'm pretty sure I dodged the hell out of that tongue, but I still ended up taking damage. I still ended up getting caught by it. Damn, bro, that guy just teleported out of here. For example, one of the quotes in these texts is, "A wise man in his old years will not be afraid to ask a young child about the ways of the world." It's so relevant when now we have generation tension. That is funny that you mention that, because I actually had a conversation with someone recently. It was an older person, and they kind of went to the immediate generalization of like, oh, kids these days kind of meandering, like, oh, it's the kids. These kids don't understand anything kind of vibe. And it was just kind of really out of touch is what the conversation came across to me. I forget exactly what she was saying. But I also have to remember the context of, like, you know, the person I'm talking to, essentially. Man, you really can't evade those guys. You just gotta take the damage. I hope you make it to the bridge. It's really cool when you make it. I'm excited to make it to the bridge. I feel like I'm learning the pace of the game. I gotta take it a little bit slower. I was trying to bum rush through everything because I was trying to do pacifist, but there's just too many enemies that you kind of just gotta, you know, load your gun, clean the guys out of the way, get stuck in walls. Oh, okay, we're free. There's like a pace. It's not a rhythm game, but there is a pace. Load in between stuff. I also like in these texts how they're like a basic manual to living. In one of the Gnostic texts, Jesus basically instructs deep breathing and a bit of yoga. That's awesome. When I was reading some of the New Testament, I always found that pretty entertaining. Actually, something else quite entertaining is I feel like a lot of the translations of these stuff is very poor. I have this book from I want to say it's like a Catholic priest, and he basically teaches and explains like that in the English language, or rather in the translations of the Bible, the King James Bible specifically, which does get a bad rap. But in the King James Bible, they just use the word sin, like for 17 different things. There's like a bunch of different words that they're using. Sometimes it's like bigger sins, sometimes it's smaller sins, things like that. Like, I don't really feel you can get the full understanding of Christianity without either learning Koine Greek for the New Testament or learning ancient Aramaic for the Old Testament. You're just losing out on so much of it. Because some of these things may not actually be as big of a sin as you would imagine. You're just under the impression because, you know, the words that we got translated to English are what they are. So it's an interesting discussion. That's something I also find pretty often when I talk to Christian people is the New Testament talks about the two ways to pray. One of them is praying. The other one is fasting. And I hardly know any Christians that have ever endeavored to fast at all in my entire life. They do not fast. I mean, some of them will do like a Lent thing where they'll give something up, but they don't fast, you know? They're not like doing the desert, or, you know, just not eating for a couple days or something. So, do it for me, Cody. You can do it. I'm getting pretty good at this, Fzzy. What are you talking about? I got this, bro. These guys are cooked. It's kind of crazy that the quote is from 2,000 years ago, and you're like, oh, yeah, I know that's like, yeah. Yeah, dude, it's from 2,000 years ago, and I'm like, yeah, I just met somebody yesterday that was like that. Okay, so something I just noticed there, Fuzzy, for future reference, if you update this game, if I'm holding an item, like this item, and I go to pick up an item that can be, I'm going to call it the miscellaneous slot, these other two slots here, instead of if I have an empty slot, the thing I'm picking up just going in an empty slot, it swaps the item automatically. So if you're going to update this, I think what you should do is first check if there's an empty slot. If there is, just put the item in the empty slot. Because why would I want to swap? I think the player overall is not going to want to swap with whatever they're holding in their hand if they have an empty slot open. Just food for thought. And I'm going to make it to the bridge. Okay, I clearly clicked over here. What the hell was that? Like, I'm stuck on a pothole, bro. Okay. Oh, yes, it's poorly translated, no doubt. It's strange Christians don't fast when it's so crucial to the journey of Jesus. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole part of his story in overcoming the devil and everything. It's like swearing off these, you know, dealing with all that stuff. I feel like even just a couple days of fasting, no food, would be beneficial. Yeah, I saw that. I should have thought of that. No, it's no problem. You're one developer, bro. You're not gonna get any of this stuff from. You just play it over and over again. Sometimes you won't notice. I make that mistake all the time. Just take notes. Just take notes. Write it down. Write it down for me, buddy. So far, you know, this game feels like it's got a lot of content. I really like all the different creatures. I like the struggle. I haven't quite figured out the path I'm going, but I feel like I am in the right path. I feel I'm going the right way. Oh, look at I got the faded 666. What an inauspicious thing to have happen while we're talking about Christianity, and this giant beast guy is gonna kick my ass. What is he throwing? Is he throwing a rock? Oh, he's beating my ass. I'll get my ass beat. How many hits does bro take? I don't think we figured that out. Actually, I actually really want this right now. Nice. Dude, the Molotov effect is great. Bro, we killed him quick! So wait, just out of curiosity, if I have a health pack and I go to pick up a health pack, does it swap it? Oh, that's weird. It just adds a health pack. So I guess if they're different items, it swaps it. Okay, take notes, take notes. I've just been thinking today about how odd it is to me that Muslims do not draw Muhammad, but don't see an issue naming their child Muhammad, but the Western view is opposite. I wonder what the explanation... Oh, that is actually an interesting shower thought. Yeah, they don't draw him because it's like defacing him, but obviously nobody's naming their kid Jesus other than... I believe Mexico, Jesus is a very popular name, so I guess that's a interesting distinction. Perhaps our view of like humility is different then, or the way we view humility. Because I would view, if somebody names their kid Jesus, I'd be like, that's kind of weirdly, like, that's like setting up the kid for something bad, egoistically. Give him some kind of complex, some messianic complex. Messianic? Maybe it's messianic. I have the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. I think it'd be a messianic complex. Messiah, messianic. Bro, where's this bridge at? And how big is this level, dude? I'm gonna kill everything here, I think. I thought that arrow was telling me where to go. Double teamed, bro. But you know what? I am somebody that appreciates a game that doesn't tell me immediately where to go, you know? Oh! Dude, I was about to get killed by this guy. I'm ending his life. I can't do it. It's funny, the boomers take like 2 hits, but these guys take quite a bit more. Oh, we got this, bro. We're cruising, bro. I don't know if you know the word. Wait, I guess it's about trying to be like the Messiah and then drawing him as a lower depiction of him. Yeah, I guess, I mean, to some, I could see it either way, right? Like, I imagine, in my best guess, if I was to take it charitably, I would imagine the Muslim culture, like, wants to honor him. And so by naming your child Muhammad, that's like an honoring of Muhammad, right? It's not like a, you know, I hope he becomes Muhammad sort of thing. Oh, we did it. Get to the chopper. Oh, we're so... Oh, wait, we already got the shotgun. I feel like I'm going to take help more. Is there... Oh, I'm pressed for time. I got 2 minutes. Sorry, guys. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. I gotta run through. We have a bridge section. Nice. Oh, man. If I'd have saw him, I would have taken him out. Wait, can I reload my gun, please? Is this a path? Or am I getting screwed? Oh, no! I got gooed, bro. But I can also see from our perspective, like, Christian-wise, like, it's just kind of like, oh, that's... You know, that's, weird to name a kid Jesus. Because it'd be, like, not insulting him, but it'd be hubris or something. To believe that he could live up to that name. Okay, something I do hate is reloading my gun. Oh no, did he blow me into the car, bro? Ah! Can I restart this without... Do you guys... Oh no, I think I'm stuck. Wait, can this guy knock me out of the car? No, he killed me. Actually, killing me is better though, because at least I can restart this section. Oh, it goes back to the menu! Oh, that's horrible. The bridge is cool. I do like the bridge. The rest of the levels are shitty time survivals. Oh, the rest of the levels are time survivals? Interesting. Yeah, I think for some people it's about trying to be like him. I don't know if you know the word religion comes from relegi, which means to go through again. Its roots are about replication of a Messiah's spiritual journey. I did not know that. That is interesting. Thank you for that fact. I'll have to look into that. Going through it. I can understand them going through the spiritual journey again. I'm extremely inspired by Jesus and the one Slovak leader from the 19th century named Ludovit Stur. You should check out his Wikipedia article. It's crazy, bro. He did everything. I'll add it to my list. Here, let me copy and paste it, and I'll look at it after the stream. Ludovit Stur. Interesting. This bridge is cool as hell. Damn hard game. It is a damn hard game, bro. But you know what, Fzzy? I'm appreciating that you made something challenging. Because I'm having a good time. Thank you for playing. You talked about some important things I need to improve on as a game dev. Yeah, I have some thoughts about it. I'm not sure if I have all my thoughts. My initial impressions of it are that, like, okay, so, yeah, as a game dev, okay, my first thought is, yeah, the 4 slots thing, now that I understand how it works, it makes sense, but I would just give the player full choice. Let them pick what things they want to pick up and drop entirely. Like, if somebody wants to do, like, all Molotovs or something, just let them do it. Who cares? Let them have fun themselves. There doesn't need to be any hard-coded pistols or anything like that. Let the players fuck themselves. That's an important game dev tip. Let the player fuck themselves. If they want to make the game more challenging for themselves, they should more than... I mean, obviously there is some level of frustration to that, right? Like, you don't... you don't want the edge case scenario where somebody picks up the game, plays it, gets frustrated because they don't understand how something works. I understand that. But overall, I think it's better for the player to have choice because that's where you can find the fun, sort of. Second thing is, this is level 1, and we're introduced to almost every enemy type all at once. That's not like the worst thing because they're relatively simple in their design, but that's something to consider when you have multiple enemy types. Like it's better for your first level to introduce things like bit by bit, or at least in situations that are not high stakes, all at once. We have kind of overlapping guys doing overlapping things. Some of them have status effects, some of them don't. And encountering all that stuff up front can be kind of overwhelming. So there is a way you can sort of like introduce them like in sections of the level, one at a time, maybe on their own, so that the player can deal with them. That's something that I think helps ease people into understanding of the game. As for like tempo of the game, the only thing I'm getting tripped up on is when I run out of ammo. So I think that's partly because most games just auto reload the gun when you run out of ammo. But it takes me a moment to realize, oh, 1, I'm out of ammo. 2, I need to reload. And like 3, like how long is the loading process going to take? So there's just like a pacing of the game there that's being enforced by the fact that you have to reload. Like it's better for me to engage in a fight, stop, reload, wait for status effect to wear off, re-engage. It's kind of just like a weird pacing thing. Just keep that in mind when you're playing it. Like, what does it feel like? What is the pacing? How are other people going to play the game? Is there going to be some streamer that tries to ignore all my enemies? If so, what does that look like? Just try to put your head into the player's mindset there. Overall, I do like the mix of enemies. I like the variety, and I'm enjoying the gameplay. I think if I had to rate the thing I hate the most, it's probably the reloading. But it's different for each gun. So, and I understand the way it is. I would just have it auto reload though. Once you ran out of ammo, if you click and you're out of ammo, it would just auto reload. That's how I think I would do it for a gameplay mechanic. I also think I would have made the bridge a checkpoint. The bridge section just like a checkpoint or whatever. Like once you're on the bridge, you restart at the beginning of the bridge. I think that would have made sense. But overall, I like seeing all of your animations for enemies, and I like seeing your art. I feel like stylistically, it's integrated okay-ish. The enemies are simpler looking than obviously the asset pack that you bought. So that's something to consider as well. But it does have the added effect of the enemies you can see more distinctly because of their simplifiedness. If they were outlined, I think they'd be harder to see because that's what the style is of the asset pack. I think those are my initial thoughts so far without having played more of it. But I do want to keep giving it a shot till I beat the bridge and take a look at the other levels. Some of the collision is a little awkward too. Getting stuck in some of the stuff is a little weird. Like, I almost think this should just be a square. Like, any case you can simplify the collision sprite, I would just simplify it to a square. That way I can move. So if I go up here, I can't move left or right. I can only back away from it. That's a little weird. It's awkward to play. It'd be better if this was just a square and I could slide off of it, basically. It would feel better to play, I guess. Those are some of my initial thoughts. Yeah, I appreciate going back to zombies. It's been a while since a good zombie game came out. It reminds me of some old Game Maker zombie games. I do also really like zombies as a theme. Like, if you just want big hordes of enemies, I think that's, like, a great theme to do zombies. I feel like they can be overdone with some things, but I like seeing everybody's, representation of zombies. They make for a good enemy. I think overall I prefer, like, a fantastical elements. Some of my favorite work from you, Fzzy, was seeing all the weird creatures you did for Zombies Ate My Neighbors and some of your interpretations of those creatures. I thought that was interesting. The big beast man being quite a highlight of your stuff. I even liked all the little weird mini games we had in the Tamagotchi one too. That was pretty fun. That's an asset pack. Yeah, I believe the background stuff is an asset pack, but the characters and stuff and the guns might be part of an asset pack too. I'm not quite sure. As for my opinion on asset packs, I think that there are times when an asset pack can be used very well, but ultimately I would prefer any creator's imperfect drawing over an asset pack. That's my personal opinion, though. I think things have a lot more soul when it's like whatever you're drawing, but since you have a big variety of like city environments and you're trying to make a small game, I think it makes sense that you'd use an asset pack. So, I mean, your goal is 5 differentiated levels. It makes sense that you would use an asset pack for small scale. I really don't think I could do this thing pacifist because of the way the zombies work. What is bro doing? Fuck, bro. Fuck. Also, this is something that happened in Brent's game too when he was working on well, I can't think of the name right now. The tavern one. The multiplayer 4-player tavern one. He had a I keep thinking Tavern Brawlers. Sorry, Brent, I can't think of the name right now. But he had this problem where visually you would get stuck and trapped, but as a player it felt weird because you couldn't see a bar for like how trapped you were. So even showing a life bar for that and then making it go away when the player like hits buttons, I think would also, you know, help with that effect of showing like, you know, what I really do think the shotgun's superior as far as guns go. But I think I need to take one of these things. But showing the player, like letting them have a vision of like what how far they are in the trapness and show them making progress is also something that is a good visual cue that doesn't make them feel like they're doing nothing, basically. It's hard to gauge like how much effect you're having when you can't visually see it. So there's definitely instances where you can give players more information from a game design perspective. Those are things that I think just make a game in general feel better, but obviously it's always up to the developer's discretion. As a player, that's my innate view. Molly is better. Really? The Molly's better? I'll keep that in mind. I could see that. Is the Molly better because... Is it better because the fire damage just constantly happens as long as they're standing under it rather than a temporary explosion that this thing does? Oh, it doesn't call them in. I thought it also called them in. Interesting. Okay, I'm taking the Molotov then. Molly is better. I could definitely see why the Molly's better. I feel I am taking the shortest path, but I'm not quite sure. Another thing I'd probably do is I would do enemies can push player, but if the player would walk, like go into a wall, they can't, they don't get stuck, you know, like they can't move, basically. Because I keep getting these instances where things blow up and I get trapped in a wall and I can't do anything. So, like, as a player, progression-wise, it feels frustrating because there's nothing I can do in this scenario. Exit to menu. Man, I want to get this bridge scene at least down, but do I have the skills for it? Am I even a fuzzy gamer? It is very satisfying to one-tap these guys with the shotgun. But you gotta hit them at a certain angle to where multiple bullets hit. I had to write it like that, Fuzzy. These are the titles you've been spending months on. That's how I wanted to introduce it. I was like, this is Fuzzy's version of Left 4 Bread. Coming to Steam store near you. It also is very fitting for the zombie theme since, yeah, like you said, the Tom Clancy or John Romero thing. Or to be honest, I think of like, oh, this is, I just watched a movie with Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth. Bro, those guys cook me, dude. They cook me. Speaking of which, you did the leaderboard. Is there a achievements for this game? This is one of the games that you started with achievements in it? Ah, no achievements. One day, Fzzy will add achievements to his games. And then we'll have to go back and get all the achievements. Oh, actually, let's replace that. I gotta beat at least one level of this goddamn game. Didn't think Fzzy was coming out of the gate swinging with the hardest game this season. Didn't realize this is the Dark Souls of zombies games. Ah, should I attack the lady who was just in a moment of depression? I feel bad now. Also, nice touch. I really like that the gun goes behind you and you can't see it. That is a nice touch. There was programming involved to make that happen, I can tell. I can't tell if that's timed or it's something I can get out of. Also, random quality of life thing too. When you're playing the game, this interaction of I have an item, I'm on the shotgun right now, that's my previous weapon. I go to use the item, so let's say I use the health thing. So I click on it. It shouldn't go back to the pistol, it should go back to the shotgun I had. Save the last gun you were using and go back to that one. And then when I'm out of ammo on the shotgun, that's when you default to the pistol. That's like a minor thing. It doesn't really change much, but... Oh, man. Oh, no, dude. Some of these guys, I feel like I'm better off running through. Actually, maybe I should use it. Yeah, I should have used the Molotov. Okay, he killed him? That's Freelo? Okay, we don't have any HP. This guy dies in like 2 hits, though. Okay. Oh, there's health over there, though. Can I get it without getting jumped? Halfway across the map? Oh, there's health down here, too. Maybe I just need to be more mindful of my pickups. I'm trying to waltz in here like I'm not fighting a horde of everything imaginable. Man, that guy is not avoidable, dude. And sometimes his collision box hits, and other times it doesn't. Okay. Oh man, I should enter every room with a bullet to make sure these guys can't barf on me. I presume the pickups are random too. When the zombies drop them, or do they always drop ammo? Get away from me, bro. I see the advantage. So, shotgun lets you deal with some of these enemies easier, like these guys. But you can actually, you know, the bullets aren't going to split wildly if you use the M16 or M4 or whatever it is. I like how he just patiently waits. Like, he hit me. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna just chill down here. Which of Fzzy's games are you gonna play today? So we're playing, right now, we're playing Left 4 Bread. And then next, we're going to be playing Crucifier. We're going to play both of Fzzy's games on Steam today. On the YouTube description, I have it in the, I have the links to the Steam pages in there. On YouTube. I couldn't do that on Twitch. So we're playing both of Fzzy's games today. I want to give them a good old college try. Even if they're impossible. Nice. Yes, nice. I like the smoke trail effect on that guy, too. Bro just casually jumps on me and tries to walk away. Can't believe the audacity of these guys. Okay. Dude, I'm planning to make it to the bridge. As long as I don't see another one of these big guys, I think. Oh, I might be cooked. Okay, we're not cooked. We're not cooked. Bro, we were making it. Actually, I should heal just in case. Oh my god. Did I just kill myself? I think I did kill myself. Oh, no, I didn't. Bro has it out for me, man. Oh, he's dead. Nice. Okay. We might actually make it again. Oh, I need that. I need this, too. Reload, damn it. Bro's got a lot of life. Okay, I see him over there. I don't think I can do much till he actually gets on me, though. Nice, nice. Alright, we're actually making pretty good progress here. Actually, I should take this opportunity and use this health thing. Kill these guys. Let me grab the other health thing, and since we have an extra Molotov here, I was gonna kill this guy with it. Nice. Molotov feels really good just to burn everything. Send it all up in flames. Oh, he actually has to get sight lines of us before he can jump. But the other guy, I think, can just ignore collision and stuff. Okay, okay, okay. Progress. Oh, dude, he dropped a buzzer bomb. Nice. Okay, we're at the bridge. What do I want here? Fzzy said Molotovs are better, and I'm inclined to agree with him. I want this gun. Oh, I can't shoot over there. So we got 3 minutes. I wonder how tight that timer is. Oh, that's not the... Okay, these guys take quite a bit of ammo. I'm gonna have to take it slower, because I'm not... But I want to see everything before it comes out at me, you know? What the fuck happened over there? And then we save the Molotovs for the big guys. We have to make sure we kill all these fat guys before they blow me up into cars and I get stuck in the collision. Man, these guys take bullets, bro. How many shots is it? Do the headshots do more damage? Oh, do they? I didn't think they did. We gotta kill this guy. Oh, shit. What happened to bro? Do headshots do more damage? Oh, wait, are headshots in? Oh, bro! Headshots are insta-kill! Depending on the angle. Oh my god. Dude, this game just got 1,000 times better. Nice. Oh, I can be a sniper, dude. Oh, this is amazing. Oh yeah, now we are cooking with fucking fire, bro. Oh, dude, this M16 is 1,000 times better than every other gun. Can this guy headshots? Okay, we're low on life because of that guy's 1 in 20 chance of collision happening. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, okay. Bro, headshots might be my favorite part of this game now. Did you add a separate collision box for the heads? Is that what you did? Nice. Or did you just make it so that a bullet that hits them at a higher X value is what causes it? Wait, we only got 25 seconds! I was taking my sweet ass time! Actually, I cooked myself, bro. Reload. I got places to be! Does it insta-die? Oh, it restarts here? What? Wait, if I die... Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Fzzy, you're confusing me, brother. I didn't see any big guys this time. Oh man, I really want to like reload and then swap to the pistol and shoot it. Kill him, bro. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, shit. Gotta get through here, bro. Nice. Progress. 1 minute and 47 seconds. I'm on fire. Or slimed. A little bit of bull. Gotta kill him. Okay. Bro, the bridge section is pretty epic. I kind of wish we had exploding barrels now, but I'm thinking about it. So I could set off a chain of barrels at my own peril. Oh, shit. Get me to the chopper! Where is it? Oh, nice, bro. Nice! 56 seconds to spare, dude. We got a dance animation, too? That's awesome. Nice. We beat one level of Left 4 Bread. Let's take a look at some of the other ones. So it looks like the same weapon kind of thing, but the different starts, right? They only let us have so much stuff. Fzzy only lets us have so much stuff. Is this collidable? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. You know, this level's got a slower pace to it. Just some basic zombies, a unique zombie over there in the beginning. There's no music in this game. Some of the game has music. Like that dance animation had some music, but this part, I don't... It's more like atmospheric noises, it sounds like. We could do with some metal music or something. Yeah, that's true. It could use some metal music. Or ambient. There is some ambience in the back. Oh, there's a new enemy? Nice. So we do got some new enemies. Damn, bro. Zombies are coming out of the woodworks. Oh, there's like gun pickups over here. Nice. Does this give me ammo? No. Does this give me ammo? Oh, just free ammo bin. I like that. I didn't see that in the last level. Okay. Honestly, this should have been the first level. I like the design of this one. More than that cityscape, I think. Oh, man, I got deaded. Interesting. So Fzzy said that all the rest of the levels are like end in like a time thing. Interesting. I appreciate that we got player choice right in the beginning to decide our guns, but I wouldn't have minded if there were like pickups like hidden in the level that we got to go to, like that last section. Let's take a look at the rest of these levels. I'll just play a death on each one, and then we'll take a look at Crucifixion. He said he added a gnome, though. I wonder where the gnome is. I wonder if it's like hidden on the level. I actually imagine it'd be pretty difficult to beat this with a pacifist run with the gnome. If it occupies your hands entirely. To be honest, also, I'm pretty sure there's a headshot thing in here because I am, like, shooting them in the head with, like, 2 shots and they die. It'd be cool as a player to, like, just know that. Like, if it was shown visually, like, their hurt animation showing something in their head more bloody or something or another. That'd be a good, or it just blinks red or something, so you know you're hitting a different part of them. Hell, you can even make whatever the collision box is just appear for a split second, and it would show, like, oh, these guys are taking damage. This is something that's programmed in. Because it's hard to tell. The only feedback I got was how many bullets it took to pump into him to kill him. I like this guy. He's funny. He wasn't in the first level. Oh yeah, ammo bin at the hospital. Makes sense. Gotta spend all that health insurance money somehow. Let her have her cry. This guy takes a lot of damage. I hope this isn't a dead end. Oh, did I just loop back to where I was? I think I did. Okay, I did. Alright, we're gonna pick up ammo, we'll take this health pack, and then we continue. Yeah, this level was a little quiet. Even with the music setting on, I didn't turn it off. Honestly, the hospital needs some kind of, like, elevator music playing. Some muzak. Commercial muzak. Okay, I gotta go this way. I also would be curious to see what these levels would feel like if they were less open. I wonder if it's because of the collision and some of the, like, stiffness of, like, touching a wall or something that, they're not confined. But, like, part of the horror aspect of, like, the horde of zombies is, like, you're in a confined space with, like, a bunch of enemies and you gotta mow them down. I can't quite tell if I'm... Oh, did I get knocked into a wall? Oh, okay, I'm out. Nice. Sometimes you get permanently stuck in there. I feel like I'm just at the start again. I can't quite tell. Okay, big guy. There's a big guy I didn't kill earlier, so I can't tell if it's the same one or not. Bro is on me. Okay, taking this. She's cooking over there, whatever. In the fire and flames. You can also make the... Oh. Survive the swarm. Nice. I appreciate all these Molotovs lying around. Got a bunch of ammo. Does a swarm actually... Oh, they do come. I was gonna say, you can make the zombies more responsive by when you shoot them, they get angry and come at you. Like, charge at you or whatever. Oh my. That's a terrible thing to... Hit me with a double tongue lick? Bro. So you could do a particle effect for when you're reloading. It drops a mag. That would also be something to visually show that some reload is happening, or like a mag particle flies out. Is it bad to be in a corner like this? I don't feel like it is. Okay, okay. Can I watch these guys spawn if I go down here? Damn, look at all these guys. Damn, this is not the situation I want to be in. Is it better to throw it like that? Yeah, surviving 2 minutes? That's pretty tough. Okay, let's actually just take a brief look at the final level layouts. And then we'll move on to the next game. So this is like a train station? Okay. Yeah, it looks like a train station, military base thing going on here. At least from the image I got. Large variety of enemies. I like that about this game. Also be cool if you did multiplayer too. Since Left 4 Dead, I'm pretty sure got majorly famous just because of the multiplayer. I mean, the game's enjoyable too for being a zombie shoot 'em up kind of thing, but... Oh my god, the gnome! Nice. Okay, so this is the gnome. Gnome %. That's awesome, dude. Well, now I'm wondering, is there a gnome hidden on every level? Oh, man. So you can... I think the only way to do gnome % is you gotta run through, clear everything out. Can you even... I imagine the survival sections at the end aren't... You don't have the gnome, but... That's awesome, bro. I appreciate Fzzy programming in the gnome for hilarity's sake. I also like his art. I wonder, is he alive or is it just a garden gnome I'm carrying? Oh, I can still melee. Does melee insta-kill? Oh, it just pushes him away. Oh, if it was just going to push him away, I wish I could do it more often. Oh, no. Is this a dead end? Bro, this is a dead end. Gnome percent. Oh, man, I really like the melee, but I wish it was faster. I wish you could do it more often. Especially because it doesn't do any damage. Because then I think the gnome percent would be, like, totally possible. Because I can still melee with it. Is this another dead end? Damn, bro. Train yards are down bad. Interesting. Where am I supposed to go? Bro, I actually really like the push. I like the headshots, I like the gnome, and I like the push. I wish push was more often, though. I wish I could spam it. I don't think that would actually break the game at all. Because half the time it looks like it collides, doesn't. Can I push her? Oh, I can't. Okay. Let's take a look at the final level. I wonder if it gives you... Oh, it's literally called military base. Duh. Okay. City escape. No wonder I thought it was a military base. Maybe I should go to the alley where the bad guys are. No. Okay. For some reason, it'd be funny to me if the gnome was in the basketball court. She's playing a game of basketball when everybody turned. Oh no, dude. Yeah, it looks like there's a... Sometimes those guys glitch and they can't target me, and then other times their collision box hits. I think it's just because of the elevation I'm on. Sometimes I can ignore it. Man, killing like 5 of these guys in a row with one shot is the best part about the shotgun. Alright, what do I think of this game? Final conclusion. I think there's a couple things. I think that this game has some rough edges as far as gameplay goes, but this is the most gamey Fzzy game outside of the Zombies Ate My Femboys. It's gamey. There's a gamey aspect to it. Some things, if you were to improve this, some things I'd like to see. I would like to see a larger variety of weapons, especially because we have the slot system. I would like to see some of the more zany, weirder stuff I've seen from earlier iterations in games. Like, I think what I liked about the Zombies Ate My Neighbors thing is there was a large variety of weapons. I think there was like, I don't know, there's a bunch of them, 8 or 9, 10, but you had ammo for each of them, and they all did different things. Some of them had status effects that they do on enemies. I like that variety of stuff. It would have been interesting to see some exploration into a variety of different weapons, and then there would be a reason to drop or swap more often. Because I like the drop or swap system. I like having 4 slots. The slots aren't as free as, you know, they're purported to be in the tutorial, but there are 4 slots that you can do stuff with. I would have appreciated to see more player choice there, both in things that can be picked up and dropped and swapped, and player choice in allowing me to carry like 4 Molotovs or something. I like the silly element of having the gnome. I don't know if this is the only level that has the gnome or if it's hidden on all the other levels. That's cool. I also wonder if there's like some kind of bonus screen or something for beating it. I like the varied mechanics of, you tried some different things of having like the bridge run on this level. I'm assuming the other ones are timed, like, defend stuff. I would have liked to see some things like pick up and place barricades or something for the defense ones, so you could do like a little bit of Call of Duty zombies survival type elements. That would have been interesting. You could even have the rotating box of weapons that they do, where like you can pay some money and get, something like that. I would have liked to see like upgrades or character meta progression or something in some way between this, but as it stands, it's a fun, simple, just kind of like run and gun shooter thing. And it is challenging because of the variety of enemies and their randomness and the way they target. And some of them you don't even have any sort of telegraph ability to, like, they don't showcase what's going to happen before they do it. So there's that aspect of it too. Yeah, I say, as far as the game goes, it's a very game thing. I like things that have win conditions and lose conditions. I think out of Fzzy's stuff, I would have liked to have seen more of the art elements in it. Like if you had like a game like this, but with Fzzy's characters that he created for Femboy Fury or whatever it was, like that's what I would like to see. I want to see a game that plays like a game, but has all his lore and characters and creatures and whatever stuff that comes from his brain. That's what I want to see. I want to see something that looks like that. That is decidedly, unremittingly, unapologetically Fzzy. That's the kind of game I want to see. Which is why I kind of like the look of his RPG game that he's making, because it looks more Fzzy than like trying to recreate something that already exists. I mean, granted, it does look like there's there's expression in the different types of characters and zombies and stuff, but I would have liked to see more of that. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to swap this over to Crucifier, and we're going to take a look at that. So this is the provocative, I don't know what the goal was here, but perhaps this is Fzzy wrestling with puritanicalness, or maybe he just wanted to honor Christianity. I don't know if that's the case. We'll see what that looks like. So this came out a month later. Some kind of tune already? Okay. So the menu is... I like the FzzyBzzy's thing. I like that he's got his name on there. Alright, let's look at controls. Move with WASD. Press space to use your whip. Press E to talk to the locals. Hold shift to sprint. Gotta turn this down for me, dude. I turned it down for you, too. WASD, space to whip. E. Oh, dude, you can do it in here. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I like when games do that. I was thinking about doing that with Jump Off the Bridge, allowing people to, oh, you can whip up and down, too. Interesting. I thought it was only going to be left or right. Nice. I like the animation quality of this, too. E to talk to locals, shift to sprint. I would like some differentiated animation for sprinting to tell that I'm sprinting. Perhaps, like, this walk is less oscillation, when you're walking, and then make it more, angled when you're running. Or have the legs be a different, some kind of difference I think would be nice. Try to finish the race before your opponents. If you get a high score, you will make the leaderboard. On your farm, tend to your crops by whipping your slaves. Oh, we can walk to the menu. That's cool. Options. Music volume. Okay, it's a little hard to read, but I see the vision here. Little difficult to read. Also, it seems like everything is text is like has the blur anti-aliasing thing on, and just it looks kind of bad. Like this looks normal, and then the whatever. It's just a little weird. All right, without further ado. Oh, we get right into it. Wait, can I set them back? Oh, dude, I wish I could set them back too. That's a shame. Can we whip each other? Aw, they don't fight me either, bro. What is the collision box on my guy, dude? Oh, it's weird. Oh, maybe the collision box is that after image? I just feel bad, bro. Is there a way I can just nudge him along without whipping him? Is there a pacifist way to do this? I thought bro was supposed to be oh, there's obstacles. Just subscribe with Twitch Prime. I'm back. I'm making wasp traps because the wasps were bad this year. Welcome back, Fzzy. Welcome back. Thank you, Sloths. Thank you, Spencer, for subscribing to Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. Oh no, my Jesus is stuck on a rock, bro. Bro's stuck on a rock. He's down bad. Wasps are bad. I haven't seen any wasps yet this year. I guess where we're at, it just started snowing, and then the day before that it was like raining, and then it's been a nightmare. Oh, dude, we got a curved racetrack? Jesus. Well, I mean, I guess if there's any fitting time to say Jesus, it's now. I hear the screams and agony of whipping. Just checking in before going back to schoolwork. Welcome. Glad to have you. Thank you for subscribing as well. I'll keep you updated on how this goes, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win. Pretty sure I'm gonna win this. Also, is the F8 full screen and escape menu thing supposed to be on the bottom during this? I feel like you can just remove that. It looks kind of weird. Should I be commenting on what's actually happening? No, I kind of think some of these things speak for themselves. Very interesting take. I hope there's lore, Fzzy. That's what I'm most excited for. Is there lore? What made you want to make this game? You said your soul speaks to you, but what is your soul saying with this one, bro? Hey, I know this game. Welcome, Brent. How are you doing, brother? Hey, yeah, have you put your time into this? Have you beaten this, bro? I gotta know your opinions, too. I saw you hadn't played the other one, but I saw it was in your Steam library. The, Left for Bread. This feels, kind of bad, dude. I'm kind of sympathizing with the guy I'm whipping here. Good, man. I'm working from home today, so I have the stream open while I work. Great. Good shit. Gets all cozy and at home. That's nice. Glad to have you here. How's your life been going? How are your days doing? Just gonna wait till a YouTuber plays it, and then I'll rake in the money. You think a YouTuber will play this? I like the little rainbow. It's a nice touch. Top 50 fastest. Oh my goodness, there's times, bro. I got my name on here. Got somebody named Skooma Addict. Good plan. Okay, so that's it. Okay, wait. We go home. Now we go home. What does that look like? I can E to talk to people. Good work, Crassus. You better get home. I heard your slaves are being lazy. If you don't make any money, you will die. Abaza. I don't know what that means, but connect with this guy? Yeah, sure. Even if you didn't get first place, at least you tried. That's all that matters. Even if you fail. Life is about taking risks. This game, for example, is a risk. You know, I was wondering if he was going to, like, you know, actionably mention it, like breaking the fourth wall, but he did. Yeah, Brent, well, I forgot the name of your tavern game. I got to look it up. I kept thinking Tavern Barkeep or something. I don't know why it slipped my mind. It's probably because I'm thinking of Edge of Madness. Thirsty Princess. Yeah, no, this is a riskier game than Thirsty Princess. Thirsty is one thing. Yeah, Fzzy out. Did you hear? He did, bro. This is very provocative. We were talking about provocative media earlier. But many people have very questionable thoughts about the creator when he was making it. But the important thing is to make whatever game you want. I guess so. You know what? Self-expression is important. Thirsty princess. Yeah. Nah, dude, he's outclassing you on this one, bro. You don't even gotta worry about it. Any reservations you had about Thirsty Princess, you can fucking defenestrate them. You do not need them. Speaking of which, defenestrate, if you didn't know, means to throw something out a window. You can toss all of those preconceived notions out a window. Because Fzzy's here to rake in the drama. The public outrage. That's what he's trying to farm here. You'll need to make $100 before nightfall before you can go to bed. Okay, so we have a limit. Get your slaves to mine your fields. Mine my fields? Mine. Do we have a mine? Only then you will be able to go to sleep. The only sure things in life are death and taxes. You know what? That's very fitting, Fzzy. I appreciate that. Is this... Okay, I can enter the building, but I can't see shit in there. Must be my house. I gotta make $100. Okay, the collision on that's a little weird. Do I hit their feet? I do. Okay, mine isn't the word I would have used for farming, but perhaps it was a deliberate choice to continue to rage bait. Maybe Fzzy is trying to rage bait me with this dude, this guy is so lazy. Maybe he's a masochist. Maybe he wants to be whipped. That'd have been a good addition to this. Have some slave hands that are just really into it. And see, no matter how many times you whip them, they just make a pleasurable noise. Oh wait, we have a timer on us? I see a day-night cycle happening, bro. How much time do I got? Where's my sundial? Bro, you cannot rest. I die. I physically die if I don't get $100 for death and taxes. Okay, the collision, it's a little weird, Fzzy. That one hit. Okay, I don't understand it. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes it feels like it hits, sometimes it doesn't. Or maybe they just need more hits. Maybe that guy just takes more hits than others. Should I hit them? Okay, we're 69. Okay, we're close. Why did it stop? Okay. I was going to say, does it just stop at the gamer number to troll me? Well, I can already tell you, I need to get the high score. I got to at least beat the creator at his own game. If not the top score. Nice. Is this what's going to happen to Johnny Zawali in Korea? I'm going to be honest, it might be worse than that. I don't think he's going to even be able to sit down and rest. I hope they have a good plan for him. Rage baiting public nuisance. That's a very terrible pun. Oh wait, is this where my house is open now? Can I go see it? Is this... Oh, okay. Oh, there is an entrance. Can I check out what I got in my pots? Surely nothing unsavory. Can I check what's in here? Aw, dude, come on. Missed opportunity. Whip. The wardrobe opens up. Tells me more about you as a creator. Come on, man. Also, should be able to whip the blankets off my bed and get into bed. Missed opportunity. Okay, I gotta... Are these different maps? I gotta know. Oh, no, my Jesus is stuck, bro. Oh, there is a finesse to this. Don't tell me that's something I gotta avoid. You son of a bitch. A fish would stop me from my ultimate goal. It's just like that famous proverb. Teach a man to fish, and he'll never go hungry. But if a fish is in the way of your crucifixion, guy's gonna trip over it. Words to live by. 2,000 years ago. Oh no, not another one. Is that even a fish? I guess it might not be. It looks kind of like another thing. Like a bird or something. Bro, I'm getting the high score on this map. You can't stop me. Oh, there's like an angle to it. Okay. Oh, Jesus! No! You're hurting my high score. Come on, bro. Work with me. The more you work with me, the less flayed you get. Please, I don't want to flog you. Can you whip a spectator? You can't, unfortunately. That would be good, dude. Bro, then it could be like a moral question. You whip a spectator and then, like, they all come after you. And so you gotta defend Jesus. And whip all this. I mean, look how many spectators there are. That would be like a really hard challenge. Also, does he like die if he gets too many whips, or does he just keep persisting? Because that's also an interesting metaphor. No matter how many times bro gets whipped, he's still alive. Fzzy is truly making a Christian masterpiece with this one. Bro, if you keep this up, what is this collision dog? Please, I'm trying to get the high score, dude. I want to show this to my parents. Please. I'm going to put it on my driver's license. All my accolades. Some people go and get car, you know, licenses and extra permits just to look cool. Me, I'm going to show my high scores. That's what it's about. Let's go, buddy. Come on, man. You just put some back into it. Oh, we still got this, bro. Oh, no! So my question is there an end to this game? Like, this map seems different than the last map. And I presume I'm going to have to do the whole slave hand thing again. But, like, that's the loop so far. Is there, like, an end? Is there, like, plot? Like, how did I end up here? Not metaphysically me as a person. I just mean, you know, how did the character I'm playing end up here? That's what I want to know. I know how I got here. I'm aware of my own narrative. Bro, these are... I know I could do this better. I gotta round these corners sharper. I gotta avoid this stuff. Only one more race? Oh, it's a short game, bro. So are there 3 separate leaderboards for each race? Oh, we are so winning this, dude. I gotta be at the top. Tell me I am. Bro, Fzzy shaved 50 seconds off of my... How good is he at this game? Gunchlord? That's a great name. Damn. He's a pro, dude. Am I going to beat this guy? I don't think I am. How good do you got to be? Oh, wait, you can run. Oh, I made a mistake. One more job left. At least my slaves aren't as lazy as yours. Pro picture. Does he move farther if you hit the sweet spot? I don't think so, but I can run, so that would actually save me time. Please, sir. Forgive yourself if you failed once or twice in the past. The important thing is to keep trying. I believe in you. Every day is a new day. I like that self-talk, Fzzy. That's good. I'm glad to see you got some self-talk going on here. I need to make $100. Why? Why do I need to make $100? I guess this is just like real life. I gotta make money to pay rent. You know, if he does move farther, if you hit the sweet spot, that is like a high skill ceiling, bro. That's like, we're gonna get the melee community involved type of speed running. Okay, bro, there's no way. That guy was so lazy, he needed to take a few hits before he decided to get up. You could also do a leaderboard for these sections. How fast it takes you to get $100 and get to bed. 3 races. Fzzy, I want to know the sales on this game and the last game. If you're still with us. How much you make off this? How much did your rage baiting and provocativeness pay off? I gotta know. Bro needs to pick me some stuff, dude. What is going on with this guy? Oh, is it I have to hit? Oh, no, I was gonna say, do I have to hit him in the back or something? Look, dude, you get $100 of work, you guys can rest. That's all we gotta do. It doesn't take that long. If I could pick him myself, I would, but all I got is this whip. I can't whip him out of the ground. Oh, look. Thank you. I'm curious. $100, we made it. Nice. Night's coming quick, though, dude. You know, I like this derpy walk cycle, but are you rotating the rectangle when you walk? Is that why his collision doesn't let me slide off these walls? Why do I get stuck up here? I wonder. Interesting questions I have. Alright, day 3. Oh, what is this? Oh! Who's it? Who's this guy? Russell? There you are, you fat cunt. Oi, there you are, you fat cunt. I'm here to stop you from making the biggest mistake, you flabby dickle. Make the biggest mistake, you flabby dickle? When I get done with you, you're gonna crawl back to your mama. Fzzy, I don't know who's Russell and who you dealt with, but I appreciate that this is in the game. I appreciate it. I like the... Whoa, dude, he just damage! Bro, you can't let this guy touch you, man. Whoa, he just splits into blood. Oh my god, I'm a killer. Before I was a slave driver, now I'm a killer. Oh, you don't even... It's just me and this guy this time. I don't know, dude. Please. Crucifier sold 7 copies. Left 4 Bread sold 16. Nice. Jesus makes Russell look like a pussy. That's really funny that you say that, dude. Yeah, that's true. Jesus can take all these, bro. Jesus doesn't even have a health bar. He's immortal. That's the best part about this. As provocative as people might think the concept is for making a racing game out of this concept, it's still, you know, at the end of the day, he's... Is there a way I can... Oh my god. I don't know if it's better to do the 2 strat or keep moving. Does he feel like he goes farther with 2? Oh, sometimes you can get a double click. Oh, this might be faster. To be honest, for Crucifier coming out, what, 2 days ago? 7 copies is not a bad start. And the more games you have, the more opportunity there is for people finding you, so... As weird as this concept is, this does feel like it has a significant amount of fuzzy style to it. I don't know what I'm characterizing as that, because obviously this is like a historical game from you, but it does have style to it and its weirdness. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, I'm not too far off from... I almost beat you here. Okay, okay. Alright, let's go home. Let's see what the... Is this the final day? Congratulations, you're a winner no matter what. I love you and I hope you have a great day. Well, I can't argue with that. Can you make this multiplayer and have all the religious figures competing against each other in the race? Dude, that's a fucking glorious idea, Brent. I know, right? I hype up my new games, and what happens is people buy my old games on day of release. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's just it's a good feedback loop you got going. I love Brent's idea, though. All the religious figures, that would be super funny. I want a level select so that I can only do the last level, because that's the one I want to play right now. I wish I could just skip to that level. I'm still new with coding. Yeah, at some point, when you become a coding god, you'll have to do this again, but multiplayer. Oh no, I'm eating my time. The whip is an odd range, I have to say. But I like the addition of the times because it makes me want to get a better time. I think that's a good replayability factor that the previous games have not had. The replayability for me for Left 4 Bread is the fact that there's a gnome in one of the levels. I found it in the train level. I don't know if it's in every level though. You're like creative Jesus. It's true, he is like creative Jesus now that I think about it. Okay, we're getting there. I see now how we can shave off all that time. Jesus was lollygagging before. But now that I have a rhythm, the 1-2. And now he's cornering the straight. The 1-2 is pushing ahead. There's no rest for the wicked. To be honest, I do want some blood particle effect that explodes from the whip. Alright, how'd I do? Oh, bro, I beat the dev by 50 seconds. I'm pretty close to like Quick's time, though. I'm pretty close, dude. Are these guys gonna let a 2-time game player beat all their scores? That would be a shame. What a disservice to the leaderboard. We'll see how I do on the next one. This one's got a lot of turns. All right, buddy, I know how this works. I don't need to yap to you. Time to get my guys into working. The day on the farm. I feel like some of them need multiple hits, but is it faster if I get all the ones that only take one hit? Is it a collision issue? I don't know. Thank you for playing. Dude, no problem, dude. I enjoy your game. Sorry it took me so long. I was busy. I gotta go kill wasps. Enjoy yourself. I'm gonna give one more run of this, and then we'll check our time, and I'll see if I want to do anything else on stream. For like 2 hours. We did pretty good so far. I think I'll leave this as my decidedly fuzzy stream for today. And then we'll come back tomorrow with the legacy of Speedos. Yeah, Brent, I've been seeing you've been working on your Edge of Madness game. How's that going? I'm kind of geeked to come back to it. It's on my list. Man, we are $40 off. I feel like these guys aren't working as hard as they need to. Oh my god, bro. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Look at all this laziness. I wonder if there's an like you could just buy RNG, potentially not win this section because of how long it takes these. I mean, look at these guys, not even doing anything. Bro, standing there. Am I not gonna succeed? I don't know if I will. I might perish here. I can't get these guys to work. Oh, shit. Okay, we're close. $5 more bucks. Come on, guys, before night falls. $2 more. I'm gonna start running to my house. Nice. Easy. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see how we do on this one. I feel I can definitely, with my new strat, beat the... Oh, no. That was a bad start. I think I can beat the straight way. Okay, that's a big message. You're going to have to give me time. I'm trying to beat my score here. Oh, we are so beating this one. No! As soon as I say that. Oh, no. Did I just get myself in a terrible situation? Top stream bullshit. I knew it. Okay, we got the straight way. Last 2 weeks, I've been improving my skill tree engine. Had some good ideas. I want to do an EOM first, but I want to combine all the skill trees into a game in one large skill tree and allow the player to pan and zoom in the tree. Nice. That would be an awesome addition. Jesus! He's stuck in a corner, bro. I'm going to have a terrible time. So you're doing the zoom and pan. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Publish an update to the engine this weekend, but I'm hoping to publish one more next weekend. Nice. I'll have to download it then. I feel like if you push an update, I think I'm supposed to get notifications for it. I'm not quite sure. I own the thing, but maybe I'm not following the page. Or maybe it just didn't say it. Usually I get emails when all the devs on itch.io update something. Maybe I have to follow the individual project. So do you think with all your work that you're doing on Edge of Madness, you're going to release that on Steam first before Thirsty Princess, or what? Because it looked like you're shoring up a lot of edges on that game, so I was wondering. Obviously, I know I'm distracting you from work as well. We don't have to have this conversation if you're in the middle of working. I can just yap. I recently played some of the games from the... during the Speedo stream, I played a couple of the games that were made for the Johnny Game Jam. And, dude, Speedos's entry to the Game Jam, it was like a perfect Johnny game, dude. It was quintessentially Johnny. Like, if Kim had resurrected and came back to make Johnny 37, that's what the game played like. I did not think anybody could so beautifully replicate Johnny. I believe his was it Johnny 57 or something is what it was called? I don't know. All of them had like weird numbers. Like somebody's was like Johnny 99 or something. But man, Speedos replicated that super well. I was impressed. And I also cooked the game, dude. After my 40 hours of Johnny pain, bro, it was easy. I sailed through that game. Even as jank as some of the stuff was. It was super fun, though. You did a great job. It's kind of funny that people can, like, exactly replicate the essence of something. It had, like, the janky controls, the, like, weird monsters and stuff. It was good. It was a very awesome game. I had some good plans for that jam. Dude, you and me both. I ended up having a family member pass away during that time period, so it was very difficult, and we were very busy with stuff, so that was unfortunate. But I still want to go back and make my entry. Even if I don't enter it, I want to make it a some kind of I want to make like some kind of $1 game with like some of the essence of Johnny, but not like a copy. I have an idea for what I want to do. I have it written down. But yeah, sorry to hear it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was just really tough. It went down very fast, which we didn't expect. So I won't get into it too much on stream, but it was rough. So and we're still dealing with the effects of that, so I did not end up making the Johnny Game Jam. But it was cool. All the entries were pretty interesting. Some people kind of did their own thing, and then some people made, like, tried to replicate Johnny, but I was impressed with FzzyBzzy's representation. I wonder if the second day goes by faster than the first day. Oh man, I can't hit the lazy guy. Because the collision overlaps. I thought it ends when you reach 100. Yeah, so it, the day ends when you reach $100, but I'm wondering if the day-night cycle thing that's happening goes by faster because it's day 2. Like, I've done the first race, I did the first iteration of this, so I wonder if this day is faster. I'll have to ask Fzzy later. Bro is tweaking out on this fence. I see. This game really needs blood effects that just shoot out of the guys. That's what I want to see. Just everywhere. I want to see like a whip hit animation on top of the guy. Like a, you know, something. I also don't hear a scream from the dudes. Bro, got out of the fences, dude. Bro, I'm being trolled. He's slacking so much, he's thwarted me using his only defense against me, which is getting outside of the fence. How ironic is that? Leaving the fenced area that I cannot leave. He's truly free. All he has to do is hop a waist-high fence. All right, this. Okay, wait. Sorry, I forgot. We have Russell in here. We got Russell to deal with. I gotta hit. Can I just ignore him? Yeah, bro, I appreciate this, but I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I can't do it. Okay, so... Is this end over here? Oh, it's a block, okay. Okay, we're gonna flash Russell. He's not gonna get any damage on us. No! Ugh, man, dude. Right as I say that, I get cooked. Nice. Easy. All right, this is the one I wanna get a good score on. The straightaway. Okay, we're locked in. I want peak time for this. No! There was lag. Oh! I'm too close. It's like you gotta stay the optimal distance away from Jesus to get the optimal whip in. And the hitbox is not what you'd expect. Okay, come on, bro. This is it. Just lock in. Oh, that was terrible. We wasted a whip. 8 frames of animation lost. Can he still do it? Oh, shit. More animation frames lost. Okay, I gotta get closer. Wait, have I? Okay, I was testing stuff. That was a mistake. Turned around in the middle of the race. Tires burning on empty. Bare feet bloody. Please. Please, God. Let me win this. I played through 4 levels I didn't want to play through just to try and attempt at this. This game needs a level select. I'm gonna be honest. That's my main criticism of it so far. Needs a level select. Slave sections are kind of boring, but I appreciate it has a win-lose condition. It's my favorite thing that makes a game a game. If it ain't got a win-lose condition, get the hell out of here. Not a game, bro. It's a walking simulator. It's a movie. It's an interactable DVD menu. That's what you have there. Not a game. Makes me wonder, is there ever lose condition for DVDs. That would be kind of funny. Like, you can't watch the movie because you didn't click the right DVD menu before the aliens got you. It's essentially what the Philips CDI was, a bunch of DVD games. 156? What are we doing? I beat Fzzy, dude. Nice! Need to task this game, bro. Doing a task for this game would be awesome. Alright, I beat 2 of Fzzy's scores. Riki, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to Riki here. Alright, what am I, You can't whip in this menu for some reason. Congratulations. I love you and hope you have a great day. Actually, I feel like it could be more streamlined if Jesus keeps moving after being whipped, but you have to whip him from different directions to change his direction. Yeah, I think if you added acceleration to Jesus, so that, like, when you hit him, he, like, continues, that would be nice. Alright, if I had any criticisms for this game, I like the idea of some kind of skilled whip sort of thing happening. Like, I don't know if you... Like, if you could charge the whip or something. I don't know. Just some variation to the whipping. I don't like the fact that this isn't considered a whip. That's a little weird to me. This, like, the hitbox is not... It's weird. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I also would change certain obstacles. This one, I mean, what is happening here, bro? Like, some of the collision's a little weird. As for the game itself, you know what? It's a provocative title from all of Fzzy's stuff, but I think it also has quite a bit of Fzzy's personality with it. It's got, like, all the characters. He did a lot of the sprites himself. At least all the major stuff. Other than maybe the backgrounds. I'm not sure if he did the backgrounds. That looks like asset pack stuff. But I think what I like about it is it's got personality. It's weird. It's chaotic. It's provocative. This would have been a good opportunity to have some, like, secrets or something. There's a lot of opportunity here to do a little bit more. But overall, as a game, I like that it's got diversified content. I like the variations of stuff. The main game loop is okay for what it is. It's a bit short, but I'd rather it be short than overstay its welcome, especially for simple games. So, the only thing I would add, personally, if I was to update this, is add a level select, so that we can just pick the level and then race, because I don't want to play the slave sections. They're boring. I like that the leaderboard edition makes it feel like you're racing against other people and trying to get the best time. Also, for the leaderboard section, I would probably make it so that it actually divides itself into minutes, so that you can see the time rather than, like, the full amount of seconds. But that would be cool. Can you whip somebody else's slave? No, you cannot. I tried. That was the first thing I tried, Brent. We think on the same. I was like, can you whip the guys? Can you whip the slaves? That would be a good opportunity to have some sort of fun battling. I mean, that's where a multiplayer element would be very fun. You either choose to whip your guy or or you whip the thing you're trying to whip across the finish line. Like, that'd be some really chaotic fun. True PvP. Yeah, the PvP would be super fun, dude. Also, I think one of my favorite things in this game is the random Russell interjection. I like that Fzzy took the opportunity. He's like, you know what? I'm going to just add this random guy named Russell, and he's a sailor, and he's going to fight you. Like, I appreciate random stuff like that. It breaks up the gameplay. It adds some different variation to it. It feels like the actual person touched the game rather than, just, something boring. I think ultimately, as far as, like, Fzzy games go, like, this one does a better job at marrying the gameplay with Fzzy's, like, artistic vision. I think the last game was a bit, it was very gamey, but it lacked the Fzzy in it, I guess. This game's got the Fzzy in it. It's got some stuff in it. It's very short. And it's got the competitiveness of the gameplay loop of getting on the scoreboard. So, provocative themes aside, it's not like he's... earlier I mentioned, like, whether or not I would consider this a tasteful representation of this. I think this is clearly intended for shock value. I think tastefulness is going to be subjective to different people. I don't personally think it's untasteful in its representation. You also cannot kill Jesus. There is no, like, explicit, The only element I would consider like mockery is this idea that you're playing the Roman soldier and you have to whip him across the finish line as like a race element. That I could see as like mockery and be tasteless. But you know, for what he did here, I appreciate that he released it for as controversial as it potentially could be. Yeah, Russell was great. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah, I think it's important that you were able to release this. And I also feel like it's just interesting for what it is. So even if it's a silly game that makes some people rage, you know, whatever. You endeavored to make something, so. Also, is there no... I probably would put like a boundary or something over here. Some kind of wall so I can just walk off the edge. It's a little rougher on the edges at some point. I also would have liked some more interaction with the character and other stuff. Like, I do wish we could whip the audience members and get like some kind of fuzzy reaction. Like maybe the like, you know, they just look different or something, or they make like a face. I would like something like that. Or maybe like you whip this guy with the staff and he shoots a fireball at you. Just something to make me feel like I'm more immersed in the world. I would have liked something like that. Just gotta wait a YouTuber to go, oh my god, guys, look at this. Yeah, I do wonder how much publicity something like this would get basically. Well, you lose. Buck teeth. Bleeding eyes. Did we get our eyes removed? Press space to try again. Oh, weird. We start wherever we were when the game ends. Is that something you can abuse? Wait, I have a question. When I lose, does Jesus' position reset? Or does... Bro, can I break this game? Is this a start? This looks like the start position. So for some reason your guy doesn't reset position. But yeah. You might want to patch that. Might want to patch that. Yeah, it looks like your guy doesn't reset. Walk back, nerd. Gotta walk back to the start. Okay. Well, you know what? Yeah, Fzzy, this is an interesting endeavor. I feel like your next one will be more controversial than this one. But I'm looking forward to seeing what reaction you get for how controversial it is. That's part of the fun, figuring out market testing. So I keep kicking my camera. Okay, well, you know what? I appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate you guys coming out for this. I'm gonna go make some food. And we will next time. Well, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the Legacy of FzzyBzzy's continuation. We'll put some hours into that. He has 180 something games, and he keeps making them. And I think I played like 1% of his library last time because some of the games I hung on for like 20 or 30 minutes. So we'll see how long that ends up taking. Yeah, people will lose this shit of it. Yeah, I do think if you did other religions, I think they would lose their shit too. I mean, because it's Christianity and people can make fun of Christianity, like it's, you know, allowed in whatever capacity. I honestly think this might be one of the few religions you can actually make this game for. I don't think you could make a game like this for other religions without getting a bunch more controversy. But anyways, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for chilling. Enjoy the rest of your days. Take it easy. Jump off the bridge update coming in a couple weeks. We'll be back tomorrow for the Legacy of FzzyBzzy's Part 2. Yeah, cheers. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Fzzy. Thank you, Fzzy, for making the games. Looking forward to coming back to your stuff, Brent. And for anyone else that came here, thank you. And I'm out. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.